Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Beacons Are Lit, a Lord of the Rings podcast. I'm the host, Mike Marback, and today I am joined by Matt Guerin.
Hey there.
Kelly Conrad.
Hello.
And Stacy Lyons.
What's up?
Yes, the Fellowship is back to cover Return of the King, our years-long coverage of the final installment of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. All right, this one we're going to pick up, of course, where we left off. We're not going to skip around. What is this? But before we do have some bits of business. The first bits of business is that the Rings of Power is on track to be released next year. I just read it today that it is actually still on track to be released next year. We'll see if that comes to pass.
Yeah,
but as of right now,
that's such a vague way to on track to happen next year is just basically it might we might have it done. I mean, a year is a long time.
Well, I mean, they had been saying that it would be 2024 before it would actually come back out, and I would assume that it's probably going to be in the summer, as it was last time around, almost fall even. So yeah.
I guess
that's
I
a
could
little
say
bit of news from the mark.
I'm on track to learn a new instrument next year.
You are.
I haven't started, but I'm on track.
All right.
Well, I don't know.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay? I've been trying to drum for a little while now.
Which instrument?
The tambourine.
You're lying.
Okay.
You're lying. It's very clear.
Instrument.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's quite the same.
I own a ukulele. I'm just gonna say that I own it.
Very achievable.
So technically, I am on track.
Yeah. Well, the filming got done. They only had 3 weeks of filming left when the writer's strike happened. So they were able to get everything filmed, and then it was weeks after that when the actors then went on strike. So they got everything that they needed to get. It's the issue of reshoots or anything like that they may have to come to contend with. So we'll see if it comes out.
I can't wait for those reshoots of just totally different actors in the middle of a scene and then cut back to the original actor.
Yeah. And the other news from the mark, the other bits of business, it is Stacy's 111th birthday.
It's my
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
111th birthday.
I guess in Hobbit years, I would be just barely a Hobbit adult. Don't they all become adults at 30 or 33 or something like that?
I don't know. I think they become adults at normal ages.
No. Hobbits are not considered adults until they're 32 or 33. This is a real thing.
It's too old.
Well,
is it? Because I just barely feel like an adult right now.
It is. It is your birthday. Happy birthday! And although you did say that you did not want any more visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations, we do thank you for making time for some very old friends. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Did you practice that? That's really good.
Did Stacy order you? Are you one of those people cards?
It's a cameo. I paid for a cameo from Mike.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Nothing I'd rather be doing, truly, genuinely, honestly.
Other housekeeping. Thank you. Other housekeeping business we have. Yeah, birthday's done. Other housekeeping things we have are go to iTunes, go to Spotify, rate and review the podcast. We are giving something Lord of the Ringsy away. Remember, if you listen to earlier episodes, it's going to be something nice.
It's going to be
something nice. Real nice. So that'll be on our final episode of Return of the King that will go through the emails that we've gotten, beacons at xroadscomedy.com, review on iTunes, anywhere that we can read and see anything that you've said about the podcast. We did have somebody that went and rated, but no review. So the numbers went up, but someone didn't leave a written review. So if that's you and you're listening, go back and write a little something. It was a 5-star review. I can tell that much. So that's great.
Maybe they're
very nice.
shy.
Very nice.
It's possible. Yeah, quite possible. All right.
Nice. We'll give you something nice. Don't
Something
be shy.
nice. Something is going to be so nice. So we're going to pick up where we left off, as is the way of things, right after Denathor gets the old kabong, gets the old thunk clunk, prepare for battle. And there we are. So we have to the wall. Gandalf's running around Minas Tirith. The soldiers of Gondor are like, I guess we're off tonight. Well, oh man, I had so much stuff on my DVR. So now they're running back, all confused. Get back to the wall. Send these foul beasts to the abyss. Like everything is so epic. Someone said this in our, I think it was with Stacy in our text thread. That it's like, where do you stop? We cut this podcast into different chunks, and we try to have a good stopping point. We're at a point in this series, in this trilogy, really isn't a great stopping point. We're consistently, we're going to just be picking something in the meat of action.
From here on out, everything has been set up, everything is in motion, and this is it.
The board is set, the pieces are moving, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And I just love Gandalf in these scenes so much because first of all, he takes control with all the drama that is afforded him by the laws of the cosmos, which is a lot. And then also, like, he cares so much about this, and this doesn't even really feel like his battle, right? Because I don't know that he can die. I mean, maybe he can go back into like the spirit world or whatever, but like you can tell this means so much to him because mankind and Middle Earth means so much to him, and it's like extra powerful.
It would suck if he did die and then like respawns and everybody's got to be like, all right, so here's what you missed.
Look,
like again like here's
went south.
Everything. Yeah, things weren't great. Yeah,
I do. But it's like, I guess Gandalf is our boss now. I guess. But I mean, what else are you gonna do? You can't listen to Denathor. Guy's a piece of shit. You know?
Yeah,
he's lost it. Denathor doesn't have a horse. Like Gandalf is riding around on Shadowfax this entire time.
Yeah,
it's such a
the Lord of all horses.
A lot of grounds to cover.
Trebuchets start firing. Catapults are going off. It's heating up, and I was immediately enthralled on my lunch break today when I was watching this. I was like,
I got a little anxious like at the beginning of watching this segment. I was like, oh shit, like imagine living there. Like this is so needless and there's so much death. And I went on like a little spiral, and then I was like, oh no, I'm back in. I'm good.
Well, I feel like Peter Jackson alone, the movies do such a good job at heightening every battle, and they managed with this just with like the scope of orcs and the amount of trolls and that horrifying fire wolf bulldozer. It's like, wow, okay,
Grond.
This does feel even more heightened, and he does a good job at like, there's no way out of this, but then of course there's
wraiths and they're flying around.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then the extended
so many wraiths.
They are causing way more damage than they did in the theatrical version. So it's like, oh yikes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They were just we've seen one. You know, we've seen three, but this was all of them just coming right into the thick of the action. And just tearing shit up, picking up soldiers, dropping them hundreds of feet, plowing the road essentially, like a bulldozer, bulldozing through all those dudes. Yeah, it was scary.
And it's not Helm's Deep. It's
scary.
It's the home. It's like Gondor's biggest city, right? It's probably Middle Earth's biggest city.
Yeah,
this isn't like a retreat place.
Shots that stand out to me with the Nazgul like raids are the one that you kind of mentioned, Mike, where they're like they drop a handful of dudes, and we just stay on the shot of them like just falling hundreds of tops before like, and it's a long shot. You're like, gee, it just gives the scope of the city like vertically too, of just like, oh my god. And
also how many forces they're up against. Yeah, it's a great shot.
And the shot of that kind of like follows the Nazgul, like kind of from behind, like through some of the towers, and it kind of like it's almost pro type of shot before there were GoPros, like kind of on the back of the Nazgul, or like just behind the Nazgul, and it just feels like these things are so fast, so powerful, and so just fucking terrifying. Like I would be the shots of the soldiers are great too, because everyone's just holding their ears and like running for
the screeches,
like just can't imagine. I can't.
Yeah.
Around. I would be under a bridge somewhere. I would be terrified.
Pippin
with the other trolls.
Screams, like Pippin's screams in these scenes are so distressing.
Oh yeah, Pippin's face is he really sells how painful the screams of the Nazguls are.
You had the soldiers, the archers firing at the metal towers, a bunch of dummies, and I was like, "You idiots! What are you doing? Aim for the trolls. Take them down. Bring them down.
Bring them down,
Yelling.
Legolas.
Bring them down.
And then he
bring
looks
them down.
and Legolas isn't there. He's like, oh.
Yeah, Legolas was not there. We have Pippin kind of walking out, dazed and confused. They called us to fight. No, get out of here. And then you have that moment where he saves Gandalf. God of the Citadel, indeed. Now get the fuck out. Go.
These guys approach Gandalf and he's fighting with his staff and his sword, and it's A, super cool, and B, super confusing, because I'm like, Gandalf, just do wizardry. You have to know something. This can't be like the most effective fighting tool. I want to see magic.
Yeah, and he's not killing most of these people. He's just kabonging them. Like, I mean, you are servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Arnor. Like, you do something. Even the bright light at this point, like, just shine a light. Shine a light.
Those orcs would be like, because can't orcs not tolerate light? If he just made a big light cloud, I bet they'd all be like,
Yeah. Meanwhile, down on the ground, you have just a mountain of dead orcs in front of the gate, that because they're trying to breach the wall and get in through the door, and it's just not happening. And then old Gothmog using his noodle. Grond will breach it. Grond being this huge thing.
This is the funniest part of this entire battle sequence to me, because this, like, underling comes to Gothmog and he's like, Gothmog, and he's like, we cannot get past this door. It is unbreachable. And yet he must be the most oblivious orc in the world, because behind him is the largest thing I've ever seen specifically designed to be a battering ram.
Why is that not the first option?
Flame. Yeah, it is being carried by these like rhino lions or whatever they are. It is the most obvious tool that they have. And it's like, was it being covered by a sheet up until now? Like, how did you not notice this? Like, was he like, but we have a secret
They had some bushes that were scattered in front.
You won't believe what I brought.
Yeah. Huge iron wolf with fire in it's mouth being towed by dinosaurs. Armored trolls. It's the size of a siege tower.
It's huge. And it has a name. It's not just like, hey, get that big thing. Grond. Go grab Grond, you dopes. These
orcs are not the brightest one.
Yeah, bring the wolf's head.
Why didn't you guys tell me that that's what that was for? And this whole time, what's the huge wolf? What are we doing with the huge wolf? Apparently, everybody knows but me. I'm the second in command, and I look like an idiot right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's 100 dead orcs in front of the door. Like, option one, go with the big wolf's head.
They planned for this door, and yet they had to kill hundreds of orcs to get it to the front of the line.
Maybe it just took a long time to get it there because it's so big.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's try our first line of defense anyway. We have so many orcs, and then by the time we kill enough of them, this thing will be here.
Gothmog's like on his headset. He's like, "Is it coming?" They're like, "We need like 20 more minutes."
Like a wedding planner.
Can you just stall? And he's like, Okay, well,
We're
Yeah,
about
little
5 out.
board.
get here as soon as you can. It is your entrance time.
Yeah.
All the orcs who came for the wolf's head are like, why? Do you see all my dead friends? Why do I have to go try to get this door open? You know I'm not going to do it. It's going to be the wolf's head. Why are we trying? Why do I have to go right now? I'm going to die.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Go ahead. Just start clearing them out of the way. I can't say why right now, but we're going to need the space.
It's coming up from the back with like one of those blue tarps, like kind of like half over it. I'm not going to tell you what's coming, but just like make some room. That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also love, I'm sorry, Matt, go ahead.
Say it makes for a great end of disc 1 on the Blu-rays of this.
Yeah.
Bring out the wolf head and everybody starts chanting Rond, 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 and I just got up because I know that's the end of disc 1.
Yeah. And
it's like a Pavlovian thing in your head.
That's something I love about this too, is that they're all like Grond. I wanted to see, like, let's see who starts that chant and see how long it takes to kind of catch one. Just one guy's like, or it works like Grond. Come on, guys. Grond.
Come on, it's that thing. Come on.
Grond. It's the wolf's head. Grond.
I named it. Stop trying to make Grond happen. It's not going to happen.
I bet it was super easy to get that going. It's like Grond is cool. Like if I were an orc, I would be like, hell yeah, this is like what I'm here for, is to see Grond like do his business. And I love a chant.
Oh yeah, big family of chanters over here.
Yeah,
would be on board.
Version of it, the extended cuts version of it, because in the theatrical cut version, it's actually Gary Glitter, and everybody just goes na na na.
Grond. Grond.
Maybe that's just me. I just like.
There's like an organist also like on one of those platforms. Dun, dun, dun. Grond.
Which makes me think that maybe Saruman University had a sports team, because or a bunch cheering class. Yeah, a bunch of cheerleaders.
Go Flaming Wolf Heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dated a girl who was on the SU field hockey team. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grond. Yeah. And then we go to Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, who are at the ports, and this is fun. It's a fun little reveal and scene. It's corny, but I love every fucking scene.
It's too short. I want 10 times more.
By corny, do you mean the coolest thing you've ever seen?
Well, it's
so cool, Mike.
It is.
They look so cool. Aragorn is acting so cool. This could 100% be like a band photo.
So cool in this scene. He's so cool. Yeah. He has given his last fuck, and he's out of them.
Just waiting for, like, listen, I've got the perfect conversation starters to lead him into saying the line, "Yeah, you and what army?"
Yeah, that's.
He has his sword to that guy's throat, and he's like, "You will be in there until I say this army." And he's like, "Can we just come out with you? Can we just go right now?"
Like, wait for your cue. It's called a reveal, okay?
Yeah. It's also
a lot's changed in the last 10,000 years. We like a little flair now.
You also have to imagine that Aragorn feels as they're now invincible, like that there's no way we're going to lose. We have an army of the dead on our side that can make contact and kill, and they can't be touched. And there's hundreds of them, if not thousands. There is no way we're going to lose. So he is, someone said like he has no fucks. He's just so full of confidence now. And like Matt said, like for me, that's one of the most corny things. It's just finding the language with which all they're saying is, "Yeah, you what army?" And this one. And then they love doing the Aragorn Ghost King face thing too. Like any chance they have the opportunity to do that, they'll seize.
I would love it if the guy didn't say "you in what army," but he said something like slightly different.
Well, he said,
"You want to try that again?"
Yeah.
What's that?
What are you going to come down there and make me? And Aragorn's like, "This army. I mean, I mean, no, this army's gonna come down.
Well, he says, by you and whose army? So there is some like little languagey things that he twists around, but essentially it's yeah, you and what army? This army, the army of the dead appears, and we have them kind of rushing through all our trio. And I wanted something there because I don't know if y'all know this, but when a ghost passes through you, you feel it. There's some chill. There's a little chilly. A little chilly.
Maybe Aragorn's used to it by now because it's happened so many times.
It's possible. Quite possible.
Maybe he just like was really holding it in because he didn't want them to see him get the chillies. You know?
Yeah, that wouldn't be very kingly.
Would have been a very Gimli moment of just him being like,
but Gimli already had
an icicle.
Gimli had his comedic moment this scene by nudging Legolas's bow, which is wildly irresponsible. But I guess they know they're about to die anyway, so
they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. They know they're going to die, and they know that they have the army of the dead on their side, and there's nothing. You can do whatever you want. They got beer muscles. Yeah.
Peter gets shot by the arrow.
What was that?
Peter Jackson that gets shot by the
Jackson. We go to Frodo and Gollum at the tunnel. And he's just like, why are you trusting him, dude? This way, down here, over here, up here.
Yeah. Gollum could not be acting more suspicious. In a moment where Frodo has just entered this room. If the guide I was with started acting like that, I think I would just turn around and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just no way you'd get me to keep walking forward. I'd be like, no, you're up to some shenanigans right now.
Mm-hmm. Some fishy, all right. What is it? And he touched. Oh, it's sticky. It's sticky. What is it? It's all gooey.
Yeah, this is gross.
You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, like bye.
Gollum is making it seem like a weird sex dungeon.
Yeah,
like he's playing weird sex games with Frodo.
Oh, you'll see.
But friends like that, Eagle. Sorry, I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah. We get shots of all of the dead things all wrapped up in the web. We see Sam for a moment as he stumbles down, falls down the knot steps, and finds the lembas bread or the lembas bread.
So heartbreaking that not only is Sam so upset, but he has to navigate the most dangerous, treacherous road, like crying.
Yeah. He finds the bread and gets angry, knowing that Frodo is in fact in danger. That he wasn't just seeing things. That Gollum is out to get him killed. So he does a why I order and climbs up the knot steps.
Found it before he got too far down those knot stairs. He was that would have really sucked to have gotten all the way to the bottom and then been like, God damn it! I have to go all the way back up.
We should have seen him take a nice big bite of that lembas bread because I do not understand how these men have the energy, the caloric input, the sleep. I mean, this is a huge. Like I told you before, I went on a short little hike this morning. It was mostly just a flat trail. And I was dying by the end of it. I don't know how they're doing this. Like, I walked.
Adrenaline and heightened emotions. But I was like, dude, take a bite. Like, it still looked pretty good. And I also love that he squeezed it so hard, but it's like the softest looking thing to ever. It's like squeezing a muffin. Like, you got it, guy.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't look good. Their lips are really chapped.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, they're definitely dehydrated for sure.
The air is 0% humidity. It has never once rained. It's just dry, dusty Mordor air. It's like a dry heat. Like when people say I go to Arizona, it's a dry heat. It's like Arizona.
Yeah. It's Mordor and Arizona. Yeah.
We're going to Joshua Tree this weekend, and then we're going to stop by Mordor. There's a really nice spa there, and then
Bring a hat.
Went to Joshua Tree for
Or
my
actually, no, it's very, very shady. You don't need a hat. Bring water.
I went to Joshua Tree for my honeymoon. Driest I've ever been. Just dried out completely. Went through so much lotion. It's too dry. Okay.
Way too dry.
Were you staying hydrated though, or do you think you could have
yeah.
drinking?
Much water. So much water. Okay, but that place is dry. Okay, it's like Mordor out there.
it's like Mordor, so it's basically the same thing. I was right. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Anyway,
we have Frodo's in danger. Sam is up to on his way to possibly save him. And it's dark. It's so dark. But he remembers that he has this gift from Galadriel, the light of Elendil. And we have that, let it be a light to you when all other lights go out. And he says the magic words, which I have here. I mean, I've heard him say it, but I was never really sure. So I have it here. Aya Erendil Alenian Kalima, which is, it does sound very magic spelly. But maybe that's just because
one more time, Mike.
Aya Erendil Alenian Kalima.
A bright light just comes from your video.
Do you think that was like on like an instruction manual? Like, where did he learn this?
Or did Galadriel like telepathically like
maybe
tell him?
Most likely scenario, Kelly, because there's nothing like there's no way he's remembering that. He's been through way too much.
Now, maybe he saw Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, because Kalima is actually what the guy.
Kalima. Yeah.
Kalima. I probably shouldn't say that, but I think that's like what he was saying, basically. I'm pretty sure it was Kalima and then something. So maybe Frodo saw Temple of Doom. Could be.
And those words.
That's the second most likely explanation. First is Galadriel telepathed it. Telepathized it.
Telepathed it.
She bivouacked it. So those words, Aya Erendil Alenian and Kalima, translate to Hail Erendil, brightest of stars. So there's nice. That. Yeah. And isn't Erendil Elrond, like Elrond's father? Yes. Mother, like it was an elf or something along those lines. I can't remember from the book I was listening to.
Yeah, that's not really what we're here for. If you want to talk to Kirsten, you can talk to Kirsten. If you want to talk about Sauron University, you can talk to us.
Yeah, we are here for half-ass knowledge and nothing more.
We're here for Gollum's Sex Dungeon featuring Frodo.
You see. Yeah.
It's sticky.
Yeah, and we have as soon as he lights it, great. Like this is also very Jackson horror in his horror elements. All this stuff with Shelob, it's just also good. And the
music,
effects, the music is fantastic. The effects still hold up. I think it looks great. But just the moment where he says the magic words, it lights up, and then there's like, oh, he can see, and then you have the little Shelob toes that are like
in the foreground. Yeah.
Pretty great.
Foreground's not right.
Background.
It's the opposite of what I said.
He's in the foreground. She's in the background.
Yeah. The complete opposite of what I meant.
Yeah, we have a chase scene. Oh no, he's trapped. So then he kind of cuts himself out of it, and Gollum is just like, "Fuck this guy." And he's like, "I guess I have to do it myself." Give him the old 1-2. So they start a tussle. Oh, but before that, though, we have the naughty little fly. Why does it cry? Caught in a web, soon you'll be eaten. And that drives me nuts.
Oh, he did it on purpose.
Oh, for sure. That's the torture.
From here until like basically the end of the Shelob stuff is, I just want to say, one of my favorite parts in all of these movies. She is so well done. Like you said, she holds up. She looks so scary, and she has this entire world about her. Like, we instantaneously know what she's up to. It's eating things. It's like capturing these people. It's like, this is why this path has been considered safe by these orcs. Like, I just feel like that it's such a new little, like you said, like a horror world up here in her cavern, and we're instantly just in the thick of it. And just like the detail of like Frodo having his sword already out so that he's able to cut himself free, but then leaves it behind with the light, and you see that it's been left behind, and you're like, what's gonna happen? And like everything coming back later, it's just, it's so good.
Perfect.
Well, and like I feel like everything in the Tolkien world, like Shelob has a history, and I think she, like, I don't know much about it, but I think she has like a very, very rich backstory as well. But yeah, she looks so good. She looks
So
so
real.
good. Yeah,
So real.
If you want a half-assed version of the history,
give it to me.
yeah, this is basically the drunk history.
Shelob has a mom.
Yeah, she does have a mom. Yeah, I have a little bit of it here, but I'm trying to summarize what I read earlier.
Did Kirsten email this to you before the podcast?
She's actually here. Kirsten,
Kelly,
come on out.
Kelly, if you can just hop off first.
Happy to.
Offspring of Ungoliant. She's a primordial spider, ally of Sauron, and then she was actually plotting against Sauron throughout this time, and was more or less exiled to those mountains. And I believe in the books it said or thought that she stabbed Frodo because she felt that he would ultimately succumb. She sensed that he would ultimately succumb to the power of the One Ring. And in order to kind of stop that in its tracks and fast track his trip to through Mordor to the tower where she had envisioned Gollum actually doing the deed, she is why she stabbed him, so that the orcs would take him to the tower.
Oh, so she's like in her little mountain doing like tarot cards and crystal balls.
Yeah.
Like that is her vibe. She can.
Yeah,
like,
I see more like the chicken feet kind of thing, like hoodoo.
Yes, that's her. Okay, that I love that for her.
She's great.
She's not just hanging out. She's like working and trying to like fight.
She's hustling and honestly helping. She's helping the cause.
Yeah, and she foresaw Celebrimbor being the worst. One of the worst people. Saw him basically ending up being like a elf Sauron, and plotted with another one, Talion. I can't remember who it is, who eventually became corrupted and became one of the Nazgul, one of the wraiths, I should say. Yeah, so that's the drunk history version.
Drunk history version, love it.
I loved it.
Scary though, man. She's so scary that I
so scary.
Got her Lego set in the 20s because she loves attack. Comes with a Frodo with like the blue eyes to like the kind of like glazed over like dead eyes. So cool. But I got the Lego set. I put it together and then I had to like put it away for a while. I was so scared of version of Sheila. I was like, I don't like it. It creeps me out. I don't like spiders. I don't like Sheila. She's scary.
I gotta tell you guys, my 5-year-old is going through a massive spider phase, like more than I've seen a lot of kids go through. But like when it's TV time, he chooses to watch spider videos on YouTube, and it's just spiders doing things, like bugs fighting, and so I'm getting used to spiders. But she's still a really scary spider.
Good. Sauron.
You what?
How does it feel to be raising Sauron?
It's like completely out of my control. And everything I learn about spiders, it's like, it's always supposed to be like, oh, if you learn about them, you won't be so scared of them. They're so scary.
Right now,
I have a question. It's fun. Don't worry. Would you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather come into contact with Shelob in her lair, or Jaws in the ocean in Cape Cod?
I think Jaws.
Do I have any weapons?
No.
Yeah, I'm sticking
No.
with Jaws. And I think
Shelob.
that Jaws would finish me off faster. I think Shelob plays with her food.
That's my thought exactly. Plus,
I'm going.
the
No.
ocean, love the ocean. Don't you know what I don't like?
Yeah.
Not for.
Oh, you were cutting out there, Matt. What are you saying?
At least with Jaws, I'm in the ocean.
Yeah.
The ocean. You know what I don't like? Being in a cave filled with sticky shit and it's really dark.
No,
It's
I'm
sticky.
going Shelob, absolutely, because you don't mess with the ocean. Like,
Yeah.
if he's gonna chomp off my leg, am I just gonna like just drown or like be pulled down where you like can't breathe? I don't want to deal with drowning. I want to be in air while I'm dying.
I'm with Stacy, and I think, well, I guess this might be cheating, but like Shelob has a weak spot, you know? Like, and I think you're more likely to be able to get a weapon in the cave than you are like in the ocean to defend yourself with a shark.
Like maybe I can hide in a rock.
Yeah, you can hide in a corner because she can't like reach every little crevice. Can't hide in the ocean, bubs.
Like wait for someone else to come along. I think I have a better chance against Shelob. Maybe I can become friends with her because she seems cool.
Yeah.
She seems like someone I could get along with.
Yeah. If she maybe same sign or something.
Yeah, right.
I bet she's a Virgo.
Oh my
Classic.
God, you're right. Just like you, Kel.
Yeah. So like Frodo and Bilbo, they're Virgos.
She's like a Virgo, but like an Aquarius rising. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That scene of you charming Shelob out of you. Yeah, let's see that.
Oh my God, Shelob, I love your fangs.
Did you just get them sharpened?
Sheila, what is this really about though? Like, talk to me.
So Frodo gets out of the web and Gollum tries to give him the old 1-2 and is like, that's it. I've had it. And starts walloping on him. And then he is like, oh, it wasn't me, boss. It wasn't me. I had no idea what was happening. You got me all wrong.
Frodo lands like a pretty good punch.
Yeah.
He like socks him. I'm like, okay, Frodo.
He knocked the Smeagol back into him. Yeah. The precious made us do it. I have to destroy it. And he's like, no. And then he kind of monkey tosses him off the cliff.
Little foreshadowing here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of foreshadowing here.
Yeah.
Good call, Stacy. That's an English degree.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, I can recognize the theme.
I think it's background shadowing, but I could be wrong.
Oh, F you, Matt. F you. F you.
I remember thinking that that's how Gollum died the first time I saw it, though, and I was like, "Oh my God, like that's it." I was like shocked.
Bye.
No, I didn't know. So I like
really. It doesn't have that feeling of closure though. It's so quick, right?
Yeah.
He's like such an epic character.
I thought that was maybe the choice, though. You know, I thought they were like.
Yeah, this is just one of those movies where it's kind of like Game of Thrones or whatever. It's like unless you really see someone's dead body, and even then they might not be dead. So you're just kind of like, okay, we'll see if that's real. Like I'm gonna wait on this one.
Yeah, like Lurtz choking out that orc upon birth. That orc's dead.
Dead.
That orc's dead.
Super dead. That orc didn't have a chance.
Lurtz's head getting chopped off. Dead.
Yeah, dead.
Dead.
A beheading is a pretty certain way to know if someone's been killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Boromir with 3 arrows.
Most.
Boromir 3 arrows. He's still alive. Let's talk to him for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Let's chat.
There's the Galadriel and Frodo moment that is mixed up in here somewhere, where he kind of dozes off or gets knocked out, and this task was appointed to you. If you do not find a way to do it, nobody's gonna. Paraphrasing.
She keeps coming back in all these movies to deliver a little like, let's keep this going. She does it to Elrond. She does it to Frodo. I'm like, what a boss.
Got the tele with them. I love it. And right before he dozes off, he says, well, one of my favorite words, he says, "I'm so sorry, Sam." And then he like,
Mm,
Oh,
that
yeah.
got me. You're getting me.
Yep. Yep. Then we go to the Rohirrim and the bivouac crew. They're getting a scouts report that shit is bad.
the second
Like-
we've said it so many times that the second he was like, "All right, time to like roll out," I swear to God, I thought he was gonna be like, "The bivouac is over." I thought he was like gonna drop the word in, and then I was like, "Oh no, we introduced that word into this world."
Yeah. Yeah. And that basically is the scouts report. Hey, word is shit's bad. Shit's really bad, you guys. Yeah. You have Mary and Eowyn. I'm sorry, what's up, Matt?
So glad we sent a scout ahead to bring us.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like in Shaun of the Dead when he looks out and is like, oh, it looks like the coast is clear. And then he looks over a little bit. He's like, oh, there they are. Like he's like, oh, everything's fine. Turn around. Oh, shit's bad. Shit's real bad. And Mary and Eowyn have their moments. You are fair and brave and much to live for, and many who love you. Just like heaping compliments on her.
She is full helmet off. Is no one noticing that she's here?
Yeah.
Does anyone care?
Yeah.
Same with Mary.
Yeah. What were the disguises for?
Yeah. Yep.
But Mary's lines here, they got me a little misty-eyed on this one when he's like, "I don't know if I can save Middle Earth, but I just want to like help my friends." And then he's like talking about,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, I think that they're definitely good lines. They are very story serving lines in the grand scheme of like, what can I do? I know I can't save the world. I know I can't do anything. I'm only a hobbit.
I am frankly kind of, and this is the first time I'm feeling this, feeling a little bogged down by those lines. They feel like a little repetitive, a little redundant. We've made it so far, and there's still this like inner monologue of like, I'm so small. What difference can I make? And it's like, oh, you're making quite a difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just kind of like, same with like Pippin's kind of, I liked Pippin's kind of dazed vibe at Minas Tirith, but I am just like, okay, let's like, I'm kind of over at this point, hobbits not realizing that they're significant.
Yeah.
I just wasn't as swayed by it on this go around because I was so into the Shelob scenes and this was interrupting that. But I think that if this had just been like placed a little differently, or maybe the next time I watch it, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is very emotional.
And I'm pretty sure that's extended, and it makes sense to me why it was omitted for theatrical.
And it's a lovely sentiment of like, more than anything in the world, I just want to see my friends again, because it's like, you're thinking to yourself, look, the fellowship hasn't all been whole. I mean, this is what the movie was like set up to do, is combine these people, and they haven't seen each other in a long time. Like Merry, Pippin, Frodo, Sam haven't seen each other in so long, and you're like, oh, just the idea of missing someone in a time like this, it's like, that's kind of a really lovely thing. It's like you're thinking of the people that matter most. But then I was like, I also want to get back to the spider.
Yeah.
I am personally missing Shelob, and I would like to get back to her.
The only thing it was missing was that little hint of the Shire theme coming in, because they love doing it in those moments.
They do.
Yeah. Then we have prepare to move out, and Theoden, I'll tell you what, my boy Theoden, he loves making haste. Always making with the haste. And they have to. They're going to ride all night and to battle. And then we go back, and they're back at it. Our boys. Grond. Grond. They're back at it. And Denathor is it really, that's all it was just a little quick update on the Grond status. And then we go to Denathor, who is basically like closing up shop. He's, getting his
everything
affairs
must
in order.
go. Don't mind me. Gonna kill my alive son.
Yeah.
Just have a little midnight suicide homicide in the air. he kills his living son and himself.
Nothing
Bring
to
me
see
my
here.
oils. I need my oils for this. You know where to find them. They're by my bedside table.
Yeah. I'm the steward of the house of Anarion. And then we see a little bloom on the white tree. Like there's no hope. And then we see that little bloom, the little flower on the tree there.
The bloom, as he says, Gondor is lost. There is no hope for man. Which makes. Does the tree want Denathor to kill himself? He's like, hey, he's on his way to die. We're gonna turn things around.
Yeah. Yeah. The bloom. Why do the fools fly? No tomb, no tomb, no funeral. We shall burn like the heathen kings of old. Bring wood and oil.
This is like a very what could man do against such reckless hate kind of kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we go back. Grond. And then Gandalf
There's
lost soldiers.
A circle of orcs breakdancing to the Grond. They're
there's a conga line.
Yeah, you got one of them doing their Six Flag. Dun, 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 dun.
Grond is still
Mortal Kombat.
It's still coming up. That's their stalling because it's taking so GD long to get to the front of the line.
Yeah. Yeah, so whatever, you're soldiers of Gondor, no matter what comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. And then it's like, they come in like Bebop and Rocksteady, just come out busting heads. Yeah.
Trolls do a great job of having trolls bash through doorways in this trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
It never gets old.
And they're wearing armor.
They're wearing armor.
What are they? Swords? What do they have?
Maces.
Like spiked clubs.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the fittings for the armor? Like a little orc with like a measuring tape.
A little tight around the chest.
Are you planning on losing some weight?
He cupped it. What is that? Is that Friends? Is it?
Yeah, it's Friends.
Yeah, when he picked it up and he moved it. Yeah, yeah, he cupped it. Oh man! So we go back to
what is really remarkable about these scenes too is if you're at Gondor, hope looks lost. This
for sure
is insurmountable, and these men do stand and fight, and they take down some of these trolls. We're seeing a lot of men die, and we're seeing the walls of what is Minas Tirith crumbling away and
come tumbling down.
But these men are also taking down some trolls. Let's not forget that these men are also fighting like hell. And it's kind of remarkable when you can see when you see them working like that.
Yeah. I would say in this section that we are currently covering, that's what this is. This is this point in the story where it is all hope is lost, and we'll get to the moment with Gandalf and the Witch King, but we are showing the forces of good at their worst, at their lowest moment before the sun rises.
The forces
hits it
so bad, you know what I'm saying?
The forces of good have never looked so bad.
Am I cutting out too much?
You are. Yeah,
every time another microphone picks up, you're muted.
Yeah, it's like around the horn.
I don't know what to do.
I can tell your jokes are funny. I just don't know what you're saying.
This is unfortunate. I'm on fire.
I know. That's thanks for telling me halfway through this recording.
Yeah. We are not muting Matt intentionally. It is just
we can lip read him, so we know what he's saying, but you guys are really missing out on a lot of this.
The commitment is so admirable.
I'm gonna signal like this, and when I want to talk.
Yeah. That's fine.
And then we have to mute though when you do that, because otherwise our laughs mute you.
Well, shut up.
Stop being so funny.
Yeah. We go back to Frodo and oh no, she's back. Shelob is back. She is not given up so quickly. And with quick very quickly, he is stung and wrapped up and put in the fridge. for later.
But he puts up a good fight. No, he doesn't. Nope. Sorry.
No,
different scene.
not here.
Different scene.
Can we please talk about when she emerges from the cave legs 1st?
Mhm.
Oh, that always gets me. Oh, she's so quiet.
Like
and sneaky.
pulls herself out. Yeah.
Crawling on top of the rocks, and this is when he's looking around and he's
Mhm.
looking for the first time at the Eye of Sauron, and he's having like a moment. Like you can just tell he's like gearing himself up for what's next, and she's above. Kelly, what is it when it's not fore or background, but it's above ground?
Bird's eye, baby.
Bird's eye, baby.
I don't know.
She's bird's eye.
Aerial.
Aerial.
She's got an aerial shot.
Love
Yeah.
that we get no music too. Like we're keeping this part silent, so we hear just how quiet Shelob is, which is dead quiet. She is so sneaky, not making.
Sorry to interrupt. That's a really good point. Is like the lack of music makes it feel more tense, because kind of up until this moment, there's been a lot of like sound and music and score, and it's just like dead quiet. Like you can't even hear wind. It's like very eerie.
There's like one moment where it sounds like a rock like falls, and so Frodo
Mhm.
starts looking around, and we see it from Frodo's perspective, which is like, but it's like it is a horror movie. We're all like, look up, you know. It's just.
And
then when he does get stabbed,
when he does get stabbed and just comes from like the top of the frame, Shelob's like butt stinger, and it's so long. It looks longer than Frodo is wide, and it's black and it's dripping and it's gooey, and it like enters him even kind of quietly, but with like a dead like kind of thud. And then it's just Frodo's face foaming up. He gets a lot of spittle around the mouth, and his eyes kind of start to glaze over, and he falls back. And then the music kicks in as Shelob starts to wrap him up in the web and all discordant, and it's great.
Her stinger is the wettest thing in Mordor.
Better than those orcs, am I right?
He takes that as a compliment.
Do you guys want to know something interesting about spiders? Because I know everything there is for a 5-year-old to know about spiders.
Yes.
Did you know that
Please.
all spiders, except for just like a few, are venomous? But like not all of them have enough venom to like hurt us or do anything to us. But the way that they eat is they stab their like meal, like their prey, which isn't just insects. Like for some tarantulas, it can be like lizards and mice and stuff. They stab them with this venom, and then they just let the venom turn their insides to goo.
The liquid,
slurp it out.
They leave the
Slurp
like,
it out.
skin.
So that's why spiders like will stab them and then like wrap them up, and then like while the insides are like gooifying, and then they can come back later and eat it.
With like they have like a little spider straw.
They have the little curly straw that goes up like that.
Like a little Lindor chocolate.
Yeah. They put like a little olive on a toothpick, and they just like have a nice night of it.
Like an olive on a toothpick.
Liquid diet every day, baby.
So I married an axe murderer, but he says orange on a toothpick. Like an orange on a toothpick.
So Sam, as a gardener, must have known something like this. So the second he saw Frodo, he was probably like, well, his insides are goo. He's done.
Yeah. And a great reveal, too, when we have the light, then Sting, and the music coming in with, and it's the Fellowship theme, too. The dun, 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 dun. And that's for Sam.
Yeah.
It wasn't Aragorn running across or Legolas.
I was alone on my couch, and I did a double arm raise. I was it was so jacked up.
And for him to come in with "Let him go, you filth."
Yeah.
A plus on delivery.
Yeah, this is the best part of this for me. This is one of my favorite scenes ever, because Sam has talked a big game up to this point. He's, who are you? His bodyguard, his gardener. He's been threatening Gollum this whole time. No one takes him seriously. The most he's done is like hit an orc with a frying pan. Sam is about to have the most epic battle scene with this giant spider who's been alive for thousands of years. And the whole time you're kind of like, waiting in true Lord of the Rings fashion for like someone to show up and save him at the last minute. You know how that always happens? Like even Pippin saving Gandalf at like the last second, like that keeps happening. No one shows up to save Sam. Like this is literally Sam versus the spider. It is one of like the most powerful battle scenes. And Sam is just so good in this. Like I get so emotional.
He's fearless. He's absolutely fearless.
It's brave. Samwise the Brave. I want to hear more about him.
I want to hear more about Sam.
I want to hear more about him.
I want to hear about how he fought that spider again.
I want to hear about Samwise the Brave.
I want to hear about the wet stinger.
Tell me about Sting, John. Terrible.
Sting versus the stinger, isn't it?
What's all this then? Yeah. All right.
But
so
we don't have any English listeners.
No, we've lost them way back. Lost them way back.
With you more
Matt.
though. You more, Stacy. Love this part so much. Sam's my boy. He comes in. I get so hyped. Sean Astin's so good because like you just buy it. Like you buy that he's like not fucking around, and he is like will do whatever it takes, and is just like your boy Frodo. I love it so much. It's great.
Yeah, and he's getting tossed around a lot too, and like put up against the wall. She's basically like about to choke slam him.
And by the way, like Mike, you mentioned my signal that I want to talk is just. But Mike, you said the effects are great, and I do want to say like he is fighting a CG spider, and Frodo was just fighting a CG golem, and in both instances, the hits land. Everything looks seamless and perfect. Like the movie ages so well in terms of like these effects of like true actual people fighting completely digital beings, and it looks exceptional. And it's just like, yeah, you can do CG well if you like take the time and like have people who care about what the final product looks like. It's possible, and it's and Shelob is a prime example of that. And
she not only is a giant spider, but you also can tell when she's like hurt. Yeah, or like fierce or aggressive. Like you can tell her emotions. I just want to be like, this is like the actor who played Shelob. Like it's this
she has like complexity.
Yeah.
And I think with Gollum, they had the privilege of having Andy Serkis actually be Gollum. So I'm sure in those fights, he's just like wired up to all this CG stuff, but he's probably actually like working with Andy Serkis, which I'm sure is why that like looks so awesome. With Shelob, I'm like, yeah, I don't even know. Kudos to Sean Astin. Like, I don't even know what kind of thing he was like working with. But it looks so good.
Mm-hmm. And as he defeats Shelob for now, doesn't seem like it was a kill shot or anything like that, but just enough for her to be like, I'll be back one day. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow.
She's probably never like been hurt before, right? Like she's probably never been stabbed before, so she's probably like, what the hell is this?
What is this inside of me coming out? What's going on? Gotta go check this out. Matt, what's up?
Doesn't he get her in the eye? Doesn't he stab her right in the eye?
Because on the leg, her in the eye, and then he bellies her.
Yeah, gets her in the sack.
That's right.
Is she preggers?
I don't think so. There's no male.
If she is,
know. In that sex dungeon, Stacy, you don't know. He's probably chained up in the back there.
You'll see.
He's like in the web next to Frodo, being like, "Hey,
bro, you learn to like."
Hey, I'm Shelob. What's your name?
Frolob.
Me and my girl saw you from across the bar. We like your vibes.
I love it that the swingers met.
I just love the idea of Shelob being just a real beta husband.
He's the sub for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
we'll just stick around in these webs and wait for her. But you get used to the waiting. It's not so bad.
The moment.
Would you rather to pass the time?
The moment passes as the orcs come. Sam retreats to the shadows and he says, "This fellow's not dead. Not dead. Not dead, you say?" And she likes them fresh. Don't leave me here alone. Don't go where I can't follow. He's saying those things. This like wake up. Oh, I think I'm reversing those two sections there. He's holding him, embracing Frodo as he's saying that, and then the orcs arrive, and he's like, "Oh, Sam, you idiot! He's not dead.
Stupid gardener.
His insides aren't goo."
That
And second time in this chunk of the movie where I got teary-eyed. This time way more than the Merry lines. But when he says, "Don't leave me alone. Don't go where I can't follow." He's the best. Did he get an Academy Award? Like he deserves all the awards. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
It is lovely, and you realize like just how much of Sam's life and identity and like how he sees himself is wrapped up in following Frodo, like is wrapped up in his well-being and taking care of him. And you get the like you have the whole Frodo, is he going to come back from the ring and what it's doing to his mind and the pull that it has on him? But it's like, is Sam ever going to come back from needing to protect Frodo? Is he going to be capable of having a life without Frodo at the end of this?
So apparently Sean Astin wasn't nominated for this, and I have absolutely no idea how. It is like such a emotionally wrenching performance. He is the best crier. He's one of the best criers I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It is it's fighting against the tradition of the Academy, I feel like, because it was a big, very big deal for Return of the King to win Best Picture, being a genre movie. So for them to get any kind of acting nominations it's tough. It's tough. Nowadays, I think it's more likely.
Was nominated.
He might have been. I'm saying like to even get them is a big deal, and a harder road than say if this wasn't a genre film.
But it was the most winningest movie still.
Yeah. Tied with something.
Barbie.
We talked about
tied
this.
It's tied with something. I can't remember what at the moment. So yeah, the orcs take him to the tower, and I also love that they're like, but when he wakes up, this sucker's gonna wish he was never born. Such a weird
threatening
line.
Something that's like not conscious right now.
Yeah, he's gonna wish he was never born.
I'll give that guy the Oscar. That guy the Oscar.
Yeah. We go to Faramir, about to get burned up. He's not dead. He's not dead. And Denathor just basically Jazzy Jeffs him out of the tomb. Yeah. And I release you from your service.
He's the only one with any medical training in this scene. Is he the most qualified doctor in all of Gondor? How is no one else realizing this man is alive?
I did like this line from Denathor, though. Go now and die in what way seems best for you.
That is a good line. It's hopeless.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm like, Mike, what would you like about that
line? Well, I'm a big fan of autonomy. Let people have their make their own choices about the way in
autonomy.
Which allow people to choose their own end should their mental faculties be intact. So we go to Pippin, who is frantically trying to find Gandalf, and he does. And he's like, killing Barrymore is burning him alive. And I of course expect and love that Gandalf goes to Faramir's aid, but also in the grand scheme, in the grand scheme, is this really the most pressing matter?
Maybe he figures, if Gondor wins, they're going to need a steward.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like when Theoden was hurt at Helm's Deep and everyone pulled him back like immediately.
Yeah.
You kind of got to, there's still a hierarchy even in war.
Yeah.
I guess.
They don't need no steward. They're king. Literally, it's the.
They don't know that.
Gandalf does.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's true. What if he was in the movie like, you win some, you lose some, Master Peregrine?
Did go to bed, and that way was shut. So for all Gandalf knows that he's, still he's dead. Who knows?
Yeah. Could be a Saving Private Ryan type of situation. Boromir's dead. Denathor's about to go. We got to save somebody from the line to keep it going.
Yeah,
I also think there's just it's alarming, even though like it's not the most utilitarian decision to make, right? Like this one guy versus like all of these lives. But I think it's like just probably shocking to be like, wait a minute, Denathor is taking it this far, and to a degree, Gandalf is probably also concerned with Denathor. It's like, oh, why uselessly, pointlessly take a life, including Denathor? So like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
And if Denathor is capable of doing this, is he gonna like tell his men to like, not like bomb the city or whatever? Like what is going on up there? He's the one in control. These men have this attack kind of covered. I mean, not really, but they they know what they're supposed to be doing.
We don't need to be fighting this war inside and out. All right.
Plus,
Kelly,
the wolf head is still slowly making its way up. He's like, we got a little bit of time.
Yeah. Grond.
They've just been chanting Grond for like 25 minutes. I'm going to check on this dinosaur.
We've been inside.
We opened the door for them.
Yeah. Pick up a sword, idiots. So he goes and is trying to stop him, but he himself is then stopped by the Witch King of Angmar. And this is an extended scene, I know for sure. And I always have problems with it. Always have problems with it. It's not I didn't read the books, but I know that it's not in the books. And I do think that it does serve a very good purpose within the story of the film that the films are telling, because it goes to the point that I was making a little while ago and that we've talked about, is that this section that we're covering now is everything at its worst. And what to kind of like take away all hope. What's the thing? What's something that we can do to really hit rock bottom for people? And that's make Gandalf seem like he's down.
Less powerful.
Like he's literally, powerless. Yeah. So that's why I like the story serving purposes, but the tale of the tape on these two, as far as beings goes, like Gandalf would wipe the floor with them. Gandalf's basically, he's an angelic being, and this, although he is powerful, they are no match for each other in the real world. The real world being the fantasy world.
So it's a power set issue for you. You think that there's no way Witch King could blow up Gandalf's staff like that. It is a cool.
I think that's possible. I think that's within probably within the Witch King's skill set to do. And I think that it is possible that Gandalf may have been caught off guard in that moment, and that could be possible. But he doesn't need his staff to do magic or do a lot of different things. So
I don't know anything about that, even though I read the books. But I never get in this scene, if he's capable of destroying his staff, why doesn't he just like kill Gandalf?
He's a showboat.
But like that's like no, like.
Well, he was about to kill him. He was about to kill him, and then we'll get to it.
You would just imagine that killing Gandalf has to be super, super high on their list of priorities. Like he is like this wizard who is leading the charge. Like if you come face to face with him, you just kill him real quick and then go to the horn. I never understand why he finally gets a FaceTime with Gandalf. He destroys his staff and then just leaves.
I agree with that, but here's what I like about it. I like his line, "Do you not know death when you see it, old man?" That's a cool line, something like that. And then the way he holds up his sword and the flames swirl around it, and then it like and then like burst.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. It looks cool. But it is like a weird scene. I do forget about it every time, and you saying it's an extended cut scene is like, oh yeah, that's why I forget about it, and that also makes sense because it is a little weirdly placed. I feel like we could have gotten rid of Gandalf's staff earlier, and then maybe we all would have been a little bit more okay with Gandalf not using magic throughout this because like, well,
yeah. Yep. This is my hour. Screeches breaks Gandalf's staff. Shadowfax is the only one that's like still up in everybody's faces. He's kind of rearing a little bit, but he's still right up there. Pippin gets frozen by bad breath. He's just like, oh, geez. Oh. And you have failed. The world of men will fall. And then Rohirrim and the rest of the bivouac arrive with the sun behind them.
Bivouac no more. No more bivouac. They are at the field of battle.
Yeah.
And Shadowfax was pretty let down because he had just put on his boxing gloves. He just rolled up. Nazgul, why are you order? And then come on. So,
yeah.
Shadowfax is like eyeing up like the flying beast, and he's like, "You and me, you and me."
Yeah. Let's go to the talentate. We go to Shadowfax, standing at 6 feet
in
2
the
inches.
red corner.
Yeah, and that is where we're stopping this section of Return of the King with the arrival of the Rohirrim and their allies from across the beacons, the beacon towns.
Beacon Town.
Any final thoughts before we get to winners and losers?
Last thing I want to say, I did love when the trebuchets are going off, and the one we didn't talk about, the one launching, and Morgoth just stares.
Oh yeah.
Then it lands, and then he spits on it.
Yeah.
Spits on
he just
it.
like steps to the side.
Yeah. And right after saying, stand your ground.
Yeah.
Don't move, pussies. You're just like, you idiots. And then, I also love the shot of the troll after he does step aside, spit on it. The troll's like, he does it like Tim Allen, like, oh.
I would love to see a Gothmog versus Gimli battle. Like just like the one-liners, the one-upsmanship, like the grunting. I feel like that would be such a good battle scene to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, we'll do the winners and losers, then we'll call it a night. Let's go to those losers. Stacy, who lost?
Who lost? I'm gonna say, there's like so many choices. I will say Shelob lost because she was, stabbed a couple of times for obvious reasons, but it's probably, I would imagine for her, not to put too much on her, because she is a spider, but it's like the first time she has been violated in her home. And her home is like, if what you're saying is like her safe space is what she was banished to. It's like, that's like her lair. These people are coming into her house and hurting her. So not only is she hurt, but she's now feeling very unsafe.
Sure. Yeah.
And she was just trying to help the cause. Not that we knew that.
Mm-hmm. Kelly, who lost?
Frolob. I say Frolob is my loser, Frodo. Obviously he's such a fool to like believe Gollum Smeagol, but alas he did. So to be like tricked, to have ruptured his relationship with Sam, and then obviously to have gotten stung with the nastiest looking stinger I've ever seen and like wrapped up in gooey web. Rough day.
Yeah, for sure. Matt.
Can I take the entire country of Gondor? Because they are losing pretty bad right now. Pretty bad.
Yeah. Yes, you can. And you did. My loser, I will match Frodo He has he's gotten wrapped up. He got stung and wrapped up. And the reason he's even in that situation is because he believed Gollum over his best friend, and cast him aside. So yeah, Frodo, loser. The who, the her. Matt, who is your winner?
Damn, my boy coming in.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's he he beat up a spider, a huge giant witch spider named Shelob. Saved his friend. He got me to almost stand up out of my seat and cheer for a moment that I've seen countless times now. So works on me every time. Sam, you're my winner. Love you, man. Mwah, mwah.
Kelly.
Yeah, I think Sam is like the ultimate winner of this segment for sure. But my winner is Gandalf. I think Gandalf stepped it up when they needed someone to step up, right? Even though it's kind of a hopeless battle, I still think it's important to have a leader who is at least creating a sense of hope, right? That's kind
coherent.
Of like, yeah, who also is coherent, not obsessed with killing his alive son. So yeah, I think Gandalf, he had some badass fighting. He got his staff shattered, but bro's still going strong.
Yep. Stacy.
I agree with those, so I'll go with a third place finisher, but not a finisher, a winner. Aragorn and his army. I mean,
yeah.
Could he have pulled that off more smoothly? No, he could not have, and it was super cool. And I just, you know how he's feeling after that.
Yeah,
he's feeling like a winner.
Mm-hmm. My winner is related, and that is the Dead King, and the Army of the Dead. Dead King specifically because he got the timing perfect. Hit his mark. Came out on the right line. And cleaned house from what we could tell.
And I know the people listening can't see me, but did he also come out like this? Because that's like a really cool way to come out with his sword behind him, shoulder
it looked
first.
like it. Yeah.
It was super cool. Super way to come out.
It's a very cool way to come out.
All right. Well, that will do it for this episode. Remember to go to iTunes or wherever you listen and can rate and review, and do that. Rate and review the podcast. Also go to xroadscomedy.com. We are transitioning to nonprofit, and we can use those bucks to help support what we do, particularly the Fringe Festival, which starts in Philly on September 11th. Completely, history-free day. And continues through September 24th in Philadelphia. So go to xroadscomedy.com for information on all the shows and classes. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you all for listening. Bye.